have a table inside. And any of the soft drinks and the sodas are free today, but any alcoholic beverages you guys are pay for. There is a donation box, so if you feel like donating, there's a donation box. Also, there's a book, and we want to make a book. There's a lot of room in it, so please write all of your stories and your impressions and your memories of Leanne in the book. And we want to give it to her family, either when her brother comes on Tuesday or we've compiled all the pictures and everything. We'll send it to her family in South Africa. We want to share with her family all of our great memories and how much she meant to us and how much she was loved and how much she added into our lives here. So please, I know you may not feel like great writers, but honest, true, loving words are great. So there's a book. Not sure what side it's on. So please find it. So we're going to start today with a slide presentation. It's kind of hard to look at pictures and has all the memories come back. I actually met Leanne when she first got here. She was in a small little town just outside of Taiwan. I was in Taiwan, and she was so striking when I first met her. She's so honest and straightforward. It's sometimes like a little off-putting, but always funny, and always refreshing. She could get away with tons of shit that nobody else ever could. And I'm sure she would love that I swear at her service today. But she's the only woman I know, the only person I know that could touch Gertie Cooper and lift the tunnel's down. But we didn't always see each other a lot, but it was always great when we did. And it was never a dull moment, and always lots of laughter. Today I'm not just going to be talking for me. Living a life here, people come and they go, but the friends and the people that we meet will last always. And so Leanne met tons of people here that aren't here any longer, and they are across the world, and they are missing her and grieving in their own way. But they wanted me to be able to share with you some of their memories and thoughts of Leanne, maybe. So, I have first from Mikey Mike from FM, for those people who know. He wrote this. I would like to be with you all, as you could see the tears welling in my eyes as I write this. Speaking of eyes, I used to get lost looking into Leanne's bright shining blues more than once. I was amazed that they seemed to sparkle. My last contact with Leanne was on email she sent March 31st. She told me of her contentment with life. She also told me of her happiness with Steve for the last 4 years. And she mentioned her other close relationships with Ricky, Jenny, Tomas, Malcolm, Gertie, and Joy. She would want you to know how special you all were to her, and she mentioned how much she missed Jack. I have many stories of this wonderful lady, as I'm sure all joined here do. I'm choked up a little writing this. Leanne was a very good friend to me when the world was going crazy on me a couple of years ago. There were many that supported me during that tough time, but an honorable mention must be made for Leanne. She not only sat me down on numerous occasions to tell me that there are bad people in the world and to just accept it, but she made me promise not to become cynical and to let it ruin my trust in her. It is now more important than ever to do what she asked. Leanne was in my life for a reason. She was so special, and I'm going to miss her beyond what words can write. In her last email, she also had some great words on the loss of my son, Shadow. She took care of him a few times, and he was a handful. It was Malcolm the Billy. Anyway, I was crushed when he died, and her words of comfort were, he was up in paradise, probably playing with Barbara, her long-lost alias personality, having a great old time. I read the words and smiled. I guess my pup gets the real person now. In closing, like I've said to a few folks, the world is a little sadder without Leanne being here on Earth, but heaven is no richer. Also, this is a side note, Mike and Ryan are going to dedicate their first novel to me, because she was always so supportive of their partnership and friendship and any of the projects they did. So they felt it was fitting that they dedicate their first novel. And you will be able to buy it next month from Amazon. The next one I'm going to is from Krishna. Sorry. Well, I'll have to read it. From Krishna. I will miss her. I had many special moments with her, from 5 a.m. phone calls to the late nights or all-night UNISA sessions we had for our assignments. Although Leanne always finished before me. We would talk about school and life. Sometimes the boys would share it. And one of my most happiest and special memories of Leanne was in Monterey's. During tarot readings, for silly, nonsensical reasons, validating our actions with tarot. We spent hours doing that and talking about the deeper things in life. Leanne and I would share our fears, joys, aspirations, and dreams. It seems strange at first, because there was this girl that seemed so different from the real girl. She was sweet, soft, super caring, and amazingly intelligent and witty. But most of all, she was vulnerable, loving, and seeking for a higher meaning. She was such a contrast from what met the eye. She was a total enigma. A public Leanne, and the real one. This sweet girl is the one who is. I believe death is a great leap to the next phase of life, and that one never really dies. I know that she's around us in everything. However, for me, it is human that I grieve, because her physical, witty form will be missed. There are also some other people from her school.
Malcolm asked me to get up and say some words that he can't say today. Hi. In February 2001, I boarded a plane in Taichung, headed for Taiwan, to become an English teacher. On the same plane were a handful of South Africans, all embarking on the same journey.